Hey there. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about values and just how important they are. I don't think that we really give enough attention to our personal values. And so I thought maybe if we had a brief conversation about that you would begin to see just what a difference it would make if you took a moment to get to know yourself. So oftentimes on our life journey, we are out searching for things that we think make a difference in our lives, things that are outside of us. And it probably sounds cliche, like your parents told you, that it's better for you to get to know yourself so that you have a better opportunity of taking on the world. And what I'd like to spotlight in terms of getting to know yourself and in terms of values is that your values shape what brings you happiness. They shape everything. So I was having a conversation recently with someone who valued money. Now, as a society, the tenet seems to be that we should value things that are like family and things of that nature. We definitely, as a society, have things like the shoulds and the shouldn'ts about how we should believe and operate based on those things accordingly. But this individual felt like money would improve their life, and then it was interesting to see how she felt like money would also allow her to show love to other people. Like if she had money, from there she would spoil them, and I mean, it was just a beautiful thought. So you can see right off the gate, like on a deeper level, this wasn't necessarily about the money, but it was like, how could I tangibly show people how I feel? And so she was a beautiful person, is a beautiful person on the inside. And it took us looking at that and saying, you know, maybe money isn't the thing. I understand how important it is to you, but there's so much more out there. So why don't we look at what money represents? And again, it was a value system. So what that meant was everything in this person's life was measured by money. So that meant her jobs. If they paid her enough, then they valued her. If they didn't, then she felt undervalued and therefore didn't feel like it was a place that she could be. Even in relationships, if she was spending her money on the person that she was with, she was expressing love. But in the same sentence, if they were not reciprocating, she felt like something was wrong. Now, any outside person would begin to question like selfishness and things like that. And it's, again, there's a greater thing at work. She wanted to be able to show her love in a tangible way. And her entire life was colored by this vision of what money could achieve. And so I began to look at that and I said, okay, so clearly not a selfish individual, but what's going on here? And how can I take this lesson from her and apply it to myself? And so what I ended up realizing is that what is most valuable to me is time. You know, why isn't it family? You have kids. Oh, I value my children and I value my family. But time, when I feel like I don't have a lot of time, when I feel like my time's been wasted, I go into just this utter disappointment and dissatisfaction. And so now that my awareness is of those things, and it's not as if I didn't know that before, but there's a different emphasis on it now, because unlike money. So money can be created. You can go out, you can get multiple jobs, you can find the job that's willing to pay you what you believe your value is. But time's a little tricky. So how do I make that work in my life? Well, I use time to spend time with the people that I love. I add value to time by using it wisely, by not wasting it, by using it for joyful moments. And so with that, now I know when I've given my time to someone, like I love sitting and talking with people. If I give you my time, I'm giving you my love, I'm giving you my heart, because to me, time is just that precious and valuable. Now, you may not think anything of it, and I think it's important to recognize that value is different for everyone. And so, with that, what's valuable to you? That's what I'm posing in this video. If you can figure out what's valuable to you, you won't have as many moments of dissatisfaction. You won't be looking for things outside of yourself that don't really add anything to you. Instead, you'll do things because of the joy of them, instead of, oh, this will make me something, this will add value to me as a person. Perhaps that value already lies inside, and the only reason you don't realize it is because you haven't taken the time. So what's valuable to you? Perhaps it's love. And if it's love, then what ways can you increase that in your life? Oh, well, I can't go out and date anyone and do these things. Okay, well, why don't you give the love that you desire from others to yourself first, and then radiate it outward? And then see what changes that brings to your life. You never know. You've tried everything else up to this point. But if there's something else that brings you joy, brings you value, figure out what it is. Any journey, be it just general life journey, spiritual journey, whatever, if you go within instead of looking without, you're going to have a bit more of a challenging time, but in the end, you'll have such greater value. So I thought I'd share this and kind of give you like a little challenge if you happen to see this video. Get to know yourself. I'd love to hear what you value, and then if you have trouble figuring out ways to increase that in your life, let me know, or let your friends know, because sometimes having others' input, of course in a positive way, can illuminate things for you, can give you a fresh take, a fresh look at something that maybe seems just outside your field of vision. If you can't figure out what it is that you value most, perhaps go out and ask yourself, what am I most stressed out about when I don't have it? What does it seem like I struggle to get on a regular basis? What do I enjoy giving other people? That'll give you some insights to your values. So I wish you the best of luck, and thanks for joining me.